Happy Sunday everyone, I hope your coffee's strong and your breakfast hits the spot, and welcome back to another Sunday coffee morning. And this week has been a pretty good week. Saturday is weigh day and I'm delighted to say I have lost another £2, which means I have officially hit the 6 stone loss. I honestly can't quite believe I'm saying those words, because when I started this journey, 6 stone felt so far away. It didn't even seem like a realistic goal. Yet here we are, 6 stone lighter, £84. Now, I'm not going to say too much about it today because I've decided to dedicate Wednesday's video to the milestone properly, rather than just celebrating the number. I want to talk about what losing 6 stone has actually taught me, the good, the unexpected, the difficult, and whether it's really changed my life in the way I thought it would. So if you've ever wondered what it's actually like after losing that amount of weight, make sure you come back on Wednesday. Now, we've also had the Pet Peeves video go live this week, and I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's watched, commented, and shared their own experiences. Reading through the comments, reading out your pet peeves was absolutely fantastic. It was a video I really enjoyed making, and it's so clear that many of us have heard exactly the same things during our journeys. And judging by your comments, I don't think we're short of material for part 2. As always, we'll answer some of your questions and we'll finish off with this week's pet peeve. So grab yourself a coffee, get yourself comfortable, and let's get into it. So Saturday, I weighed in at £235. I started this journey at £319. So I've officially lost 6 stone now, £84. My mind was absolutely blown because I didn't expect that. That's the biggest weight loss I've had in such a long time. I'm so proud of what I've achieved. But what I don't want to do today is dwell on that number. This is merely the chilled out Sunday coffee morning. So we're not here to go into too much detail. We're just chilling out like old friends, enjoying a coffee together. So if you come back on Wednesday, we'll get the full insight into 6 stone loss. And it needs to be about everything I've learned over the past 13 or so months, rather than just saying, here's where I started, here's where I am now. Because this isn't about me. This is about the community. This is about sharing my experiences and everything I've learned across this entire journey over the last 13 months. Because there's certainly been a few ups, there's certainly been a few downs, and there's certainly been a few wobbly bits in the middle. So today is all about sharing the milestone, and on Wednesday we'll talk about the whole journey and story behind it. And whilst we're talking about journeys, I just wanted a quick mention of Bolt Pharmacy, who support the channel, and of the pharmacy I use for my Mounjaro. If you're considering starting your own medicated weight loss journey, I've got a link in the description that gives you a discount off your first order. Obviously do your own research and make sure it's right for you, but if you do use my link, it also helps support the channel, and I really appreciate that. Right, enough of that. The other interesting thing for me this week is that I'm off on holiday. This evening we get the ferry to Roscoff from Plymouth, and then a 500-mile drive down through France into Italy, doing all the top tourist spots, stopping Turin, Lake Garda, Lake Como, Florence, Pisa, Rome, Naples, and then all the way back. I'm going to try my best to get videos out to you every Wednesday and every Sunday, but if you could bear with me, that would be absolutely fantastic. I don't know what the internet's going to be like. I don't know what the filming conditions are going to be like. I may even mix it up and do a come walk with me whilst we talk about Mounjaro and weight loss through the mean streets of Italy. All I ask is you bear with me. The videos may be a little bit more sporadic. They're probably going to be a little bit shorter. They're probably not going to have the lighting. And I will do the best I can to continue this journey. And we can kind of see whether you can still lose weight, you can still be healthy, you can still use Mounjaro whilst you're away on holiday. So, shall we do the questions that you have sent in this week? Now, if you've got a question for Q&A, pop it down below in the comments, mark it Q&A, and it will feature on a Sunday coffee morning. No question is too stupid. If we can try and make it about weight loss medications or weight loss or midlife health or wellness and all that kind of thing, all well and good. Obviously, from time to time, we'll get a question which isn't, it's completely off topic, but we'll still do the best we can to answer these questions. Also, please bear in mind, I am not a medical professional, I'm not a pharmacist, I am not a well-being expert, I am purely a 54-year-old man sat in his dining room in front of a camera and a light, sharing his experience of using Mounjaro over the last 13 months. This is me sharing my experiences, not advising you what to do. Always speak to your GP, always speak to your pharmacist, always speak to your medical professional. So, first question today is from Lizzle Rust 4760. Hi, I've now started my maintenance journey. In the last 6 weeks, I've gone down from the highest weekly dose of 5 milligrams down to 3.75, and I've now just taken the 2.5 milligrams. So I see how this pans out. I could not go cold turkey. Do you plan to titrate down? Absolutely. I'm 100% going to titrate down. Probably not as quick as you're doing it. I see myself staying on the 10 milligrams probably around about a month or so once I reach my go weight. Yeah, we're edging ever so close, and then I will start titrating down. So as long as I can still get the medication, I'm probably going to take it, albeit at a smaller dose. There is a video which I will put a link for right there, and that is my plans for maintenance. Everything is covered in there at great depth. So yeah, that's my plans, and good luck with your maintenance journey. Next question, Chris Passmore 4461. Question, I've seen that your job involves lots of training days, and I've noticed these involve several pints of Guinness. My question, are there any jobs going? Yes, Chris, there's always jobs going. You need to go to the website for the company I work for, and they have a careers page. I work in a really heavily regulated industry where it's very safety driven. So quite often on safety refreshers or there's new policies, there's always something to be trained in, and it's happening all the time. Does it always involve a pint of Guinness? If it involves an overnight stay, it will generally involve a pint of Guinness. 200 calories in a pint of Guinness? Can't argue with that, can you? So yeah, there are jobs going. Absolutely there are, Chris. So the final question today, as always, we try and keep these videos on the weekend a little bit shorter if we can, because time is precious, and I do obviously thank everyone that watches these videos. If you could like, that would be amazing. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do come and join us on this journey. If you can hit the hype, put your bell on, do all those crazy YouTube style things. The algorithm loves that. So the final question today is from Charlie ZG3WK. Having been on Mounjaro for 6 months, I now find myself doing my injections by feel, appetite suppression, binge eating, etc., rather than sticking to a regimented 7-day cycle. Most of the time I wait 7 days, but sometimes it's 6 or 5, so long as I keep to the 3-day rule. Have you ever done this or heard of others doing the same? Yeah, plenty of people do it. One of my closest friends is now taking his dose on sort of 10-day intervals, and he is still managing to lose weight. I think it's a fantastic idea, and it's something I will, although I've set in my maintenance plan, I've decided what I'm going to do. That's not to say it's not going to change. I'm not going to be flexible with it, because I 100% am. And to me, doing what you say you do, which is do it by feel, if that's what you need to do to maintain weight, prevent you from putting on weight, then perfect, do it. Everybody's journey is different. But for me, I see that as a great way forward. And yeah, keep up the good work, because if it works, do it. It's as simple as that, isn't it? Right, now we're going to move on to the favourite part of my videos every Sunday, and that is Pet Peeve of the Week. I absolutely didn't use up all the pet peeves on the Pet Peeve video that was released last Wednesday. If you haven't watched it, check it out. And it did get me ranting, but I did really enjoy it. So this week's Pet Peeve of the Week, Wendy Bow L3K. Pet Peeve of the Week. Mine is too many people on social media posting false weight loss journey amounts. Right. I wasn't sure on the context of this. At first, I actually thought, and this is just me being me, that maybe it was a little bit of a dig at me, but I don't think it is. Because ever since I started this channel, it's always been about being honest. If I step on the scales and I've put on weight, you get to know about it. If I step on the scales 5 weeks in a row and I'm exactly the same weight, you get to know about it. So I don't think it was a little dig at me, or I hope it wasn't. I've not seen too many people on social media that I am led to believe are lying about their weight. Everyone I sort of watch, be it on Instagram, TikTok or YouTube, I always feel like they're being genuine. Maybe that's because I'm so trusting. I don't see the point in doing any of this if you're going to lie. if you're not going to be truthful, because I've got over 4,000 subscribers now, and I like to feel you all trust me. I like to all feel that we're in this journey together. So for me to put a weight on the screen on a Sunday coffee morning, it just wouldn't feel right for me. And that's why I've always been honest. That's why I've always been straight, and sometimes brutally so, where I did have a comment a little while ago on when I was doing the Saturday check-in videos where the person said, oh, it's the same every week, you never lose weight, it's always the same. I was being truthful, I was being honest. That's what I had to do. And that's part and parcel of this channel. I can get why it would be a pet peeve if you feel that people are lying to you. Because you need to be honest, don't you? You need to be able to be trusted. And that just doesn't go for weight loss channels, that goes for life in general, doesn't it? But it's a great pet peeve, Wendy, and much appreciate it. If you do have a pet peeve, pop it down below, mark it pet peeve. They were all getting saved up. They'll either be on a Sunday video or they'll be on the episode 2 of Pet Peeve, which will probably be out in a couple of months, I would imagine. But thanks for sending it in, and much appreciated. Right, that's me pretty much done for another Sunday. Thanks as always for sitting down and having another coffee with me. 6 stone gone. I still can't quite believe I'm saying that. And on Wednesday, I'm going to properly unpack that milestone, what it's taken to get here, and what happens next. If you're new here, I'm Manda's Midlife. And if you want to follow the next part of this journey, hit subscribe and come along for the ride. And if you've been here for a while, absolutely thank you genuinely from the bottom of my heart for continuing to support the channel. Now, I'm going to put 2 videos on the screen right now. One of them is going to be this one, which YouTube actually thinks you're going to love. The algorithm's giving you that as a gift. And I'm going to put one there, which is going to be my pet peeve video, which is a great big compilation of pet peeves, just in case you missed it. And judging by the comments, apparently we've all got a few things we need to get off our chest. Thanks as always for sharing a little bit of your Sunday. Have a great week, and I will see you all on Wednesday for the big 6 stone video. Take care, everyone, and see you then.